We talk about here at Resurrection two things. One is pay attention. If you pay attention every day, God's going to bring people across your path, or you're just going to stumble across their path. But opportunities every single day. Well, you mentioned the 2.8. I think sometimes it's more than that in a given day. Sometimes, less than that. But paying attention to what's going on, look in people's eyes, see what's going on in their eyes. And then showing up. Your comment here. Pay attention and show up. You show up, you're going to find that you're in the middle of what God is doing. God uses people. He puts flesh and bone on His love.
Yeah.
But you gotta, He needs people who are going to say, "Here I am. Send me." Help me to pay attention to who needs a word of encouragement or care, and every one of those things you just described. Your friend, you had a million other things you could have been doing that day, and you showed up at his house.
Yeah.
And you had other things you could have been doing the day you sent him things, or you were praying for him, but you made a point. Like, this is part of what life is about, is showing up. And this is, when you look at Jesus, He was interrupted all the time, and He was always giving into the interruptions, right? Which is kind of John Lennon's, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Jesus is always being stopped. And He stops, with a woman who reaches out and grabs the hem of His garment. He stops, who touched me? And He ministers to her, and, whoever's in need at that moment. And I love that.